In your heart.
In your heart.
At Larry H. Miller Subaru Boise, we believe in something more. We believe in helping our community, not just by our donations, but by our actions. We believe in setting an example for others to follow. We believe the relationships we build should last a lifetime. We will strive to ensure that love is felt not only by our customers, but by all.
We have a couple of great organizations that do really great work here in our community who have personally affected the lives of employees here at our dealership and so many thousands of people in our communities. It's important to our founders and our organization is that we make our community a better place because we're here. And I know the Idaho Youth Ranch and the Women's and Children's Alliance, that's what you do on a daily basis.
So the Idaho Youth Ranch has been around for the past 64 years, and we serve families and kids in trouble and at risk, and we help them through outpatient therapy services, through some residential treatment services, through equine therapy, and then through some alumni services and job and career training. One of the first times I walked into our Hayes house here in Boise, I met a young man, and he, sitting down and talked to him, learned a little bit about his background, and he said he'd been with us, this Hayes house, for about 6 months. And I asked him why he'd been there so long, and he said, well, he doesn't have anywhere else to go. His mom is in prison, his dad is in prison, he has no other family anywhere, he has no job, no home, he was out of school at the time, and so he had nowhere else to turn. He started working at one of our stores to have his first job and start to earn money. And he's back in school, and his goal is to graduate high school this year and go on to community college next year. So now he's in a place where he feels like there is hope.
The money that we receive from this event will go to support our children's services, specifically licensed childcare and also counseling that is provided by 2 of our master level clinicians. Last year we served over 300 children with counseling sessions, and in our licensed childcare we had almost 100 children that lived in our shelter that were able to take advantage of that service.
The power of children's therapy at the WCA is so important, and we use play therapy because kids aren't going to tell their stories like we do. So there's one of our clients in particular, she was about 6, and she gravitated towards a sand tray and the toys that are in the sand tray. And every time, beginning of a session for a long time, she would put a little schoolhouse in a corner and she'd put little princesses around the schoolhouse. And then she'd get a monster, and she'd bury that monster at the bottom of the sand tray as far away from those princesses in that school as she could. So her therapist realized that she thought she was a monster and she was never going to fit in with those princesses. So with a lot of work and a lot of play therapy, using dolls and puppets with role playing and socialization skills, and of course constantly reinforcing that nothing that had happened to her was her fault, this little girl walked into her therapist's office one day with this huge smile on her face, and she said, "Today was a princess day!" And that's what healing looks like for kids at the WCA.
In your heart.
In your heart.
Helping real people like these.